And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Anytime you're talking about fundamentals in a market and direction, fundamentals take a little bit of time to play out.
We got crude oil today, kind of trading yesterday's value area really nicely, low to high.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trade routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Market Recap. Today is still Tuesday, April the 19th. I'm John. Thanks for trusting me with your time. Hopefully you've had a good trading day. Pretty challenging trading day, as it seems. Just kind of looking at what happened in the news today. We're still waiting for Netflix earnings. Let's see if that's popped up here just yet. I don't see it here just yet. We'll keep an eye out for that. Fed's Evans has said that he's backing 50 basis point rate hikes this year. I think that's a little shy of what some others are thinking. Commodities like gold and crude oil weaken after the IMF slashes world growth forecast for 2022 and 2023 due to runaway inflation and the war in Ukraine. Of course, we're all going to remain prayerful that that's going to end very soon. As far as the crude oil is concerned, we're waiting for the API numbers. They're expected a boost of 2.5 million barrels. Tomorrow's EIA looks very similar to that, looking for a 2.4 billion barrel boost in crude. Just looking at the markets, lack of a gap close sends the price quickly back down to about $102 in crude oil. The mini S&P and the NASDAQ, you guys are already talking about those late spikes and seeing if they've been rejected, and it certainly seems that way. Those late spikes now look more like excess at the highs than a possibility for acceptance tomorrow. We're going to see that in the charts very closely, very soon. I like the fact that you guys are thinking so far ahead. That's fantastic. We did squeeze some shorts in those equities. We were looking at those areas of balance, and it looks like the S&P did not close outside of that area of balance we were discussing. I'll have to check that in the NASDAQ as well. Late spikes looking like they've been rejected. Gold, lack of momentum on the upside, as we were discussing in the forecast, creates a nice downside test, basically right to the weekly kickoff low and points beyond. Things are setting up for interesting trading day tomorrow already, aren't they? The euro, second inside regular trading hour range in a row. Still, we have the weekly kickoff low looming below so far, acting as support. The 10-year rates remain strong. Prices test to the weekly kickoff low in the 10-year as well. In the nat gas, we needed this relief pullback. One thing about it is it a relief pullback, or is this a reversal? We did leave an island top in nat gas. We're going to see that very shortly here, if I can get the right chart up when we get to it. As always, make sure you hit the lucky like button, share, comment, question, feedback, heckling, love are all welcome here. And going to say good afternoon to everyone. Tachyon, hello. Scott Saw, hopefully you conquered. Glimmer Sandwich, good afternoon. Broke even today, but it's better than losing. Yes, absolutely. For sure, ended up missing the rally and getting chopped up, looking for breakouts. Finally, it came when I couldn't play anymore, but there will be tomorrow. Sorry about that, Scott Saw. You will conquer tomorrow. Chilling with Dylan. Baddish day for me as well. Tomorrow's another day. Good, as long as we're here to play tomorrow, we've got the chance. Big rejection for NQ. Late day spikes rejected. NQ 150 handles lower. S&P dropped 20 handles. At Netflix is out. No acceptance of late day spike. Vince, good afternoon. Love Peace down 66. Isaac, good afternoon. Dan, NQ failed after retracing all of Thursday's move, too. Also significant. Buy stop 1 tick above your weekly kickoff in GC and Federico. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not showing up on my late screen here. Ah, there it is. No, that's J&J. So Netflix beats on earnings per share and misses on overall revenue. Well, we have to see what the markets have to do to digest that. Federico, Joe, look out below and fail. Nice, Federico. You caught that late spike. Good, and you got out before it crumbled. A lot of fun today at Make Hope Money. We had 3 small losses. We're still up in the account, believe it or not, and looking forward to seeing everybody back there again on Thursday morning. Tomorrow, being Wednesday, it's group coaching at 1 p.m. Central. I just put the link in. Go ahead and join up. If you have questions, you can email them in prior. Otherwise, we just go as we get them on Wednesdays for group coaching. Looking forward to seeing everybody there. All right. So, yes, I have. Excellent. You didn't marry it. That's a good thing. All right. Trying to think of any other business. I hope you had the chance to watch the coach's playbook today. I thought it was really good and some important thoughts from my colleagues on discipline. Lacey's over here. She's saying, "Good afternoon, everyone." She's here for her afternoon petting. Come here. I don't know if you can see this big noggin sticking up right over here. There's that big schnoz. She was a good girl today. And hopefully you were too. Why don't we jump ahead? Why don't we go ahead and would you stop moosing me? She's always moosing me because she wants love. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into the charts. I've got the E-mini S&P up here, so let's start with that. Whoops. And we'll take a look. My bad. Sorry about that. I did not have the mic on, and I apologize. So here's the daily in the S&Ps. We started the day off in range and in balance. We kind of looked at last week's low as the low end of that balance, 43.75 even. We were kind of looking at this high here as kind of borderline. If we're going to continue, we need to close above that. If we're not going to, closing below that keeps us relatively range bound. That level was 44.56. Well, we missed it. We should have gone with this high, which was 44.6675. 44.67 even is today's high, 1 tick above that level. So we still remain range bound. Where's the sign language guy when we need him? Diedrich. That is good. You should have some now. Okay. Yeah, we should be all right now. Let me know if we don't. So here we go. 7, did you feel the S&P's order flow was weird, or was it just me? I wasn't really looking for this big move to the upside so early in the session today. Now, I was reading over the weekend how the sentiment for U.S. stocks is getting more and more negative, more and more negative sentiment. So when that happens, it tells you that there's more and more shorts coming into the marketplace, and the more shorts there are in the marketplace, the less likely it is to continue. So I could have recognized that. I mean, there were plenty of opportunities to look for shorts after the market opened. It did not leave the opening range at the low of the session. So, there was point of control from yesterday. There was value high from yesterday. There was the high here. There was the high from the overnight. There were lots of teasers for us to try and get short. Luckily, they were good risk management. But once we started breaking out and kind of accepting above this level, above the overnight high, you got to start thinking, okay, there's something going on here. So if we did have losses early in the session, the nice thing about it is the market gave us plenty of opportunities to try and re-accept, or give us the opportunity, I should say, to make our money back at least. It wasn't like gold, when gold goes and just sits. Well, it kind of was. We do have a P-shaped profile, which does indicate the fact that this was largely short covering. The way this market was so emotional and directional on the way up indicates there was a lot of folks jumping over each other to try and cover perhaps some shorts. I'm thinking that we're going to see a drop in open interest tomorrow. Now, I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again. But the P shape of this profile, the fact that we did not leave a late spike to the upside, all of these things indicate, this might seem to be a hollow rally tomorrow, especially if we have lower open interest, a drop in open interest. Even the volume, I don't think, was all that tremendous. It was higher on an up day in the S&Ps. That's important. Up days tend to be lower volume. It's a little bit higher volume today. But again, if we see a drop in open interest tomorrow morning, that's going to make this pullback a little bit hollow. Again, the emotion to the upside was strong. We turned around, we futzed around, we tried to put in a late spike. The last of our shorts getting in here has us believing that this is rejection of higher pricing. It's going to be another interesting day for us tomorrow. Let's look at crude oil. It's so upsetting to me that I can't say this is what's going to happen on the forecast and then have it happen. As our acronym says, ACH, anything can happen. So 106 was weekly kickoff high. We closed above it yesterday. New information came into the marketplace. We opened back down below it today. We did not leave an island top. However, this is a pretty substantial pullback. In essence, it's an engulfer that engulfs 2 up days, not just one. So, we were expecting, we have expiration tomorrow, so we won't have to worry about rollover so much anymore, which always makes things a little bit goofy. Takes us back down below 106, weekly kickoff high. We're going to rotate. We're going to continue. We had some pretty decent volume today. Did we add open interest or remove open interest? What's the 30-minute chart look like? What's the profile look like? We have a B-shaped profile. Here's what that looks like on TPO. Why is this all smushed? Wally. B shape, a small b, lowercase b, indicates long liquidation. We don't have a gap to this. We don't have a gap away from it. Well, we do have a gap away from it. So B shape means long liquidation. Are we going to lose open interest tomorrow? This is also off of an important inflection level as far as the weekly kickoff level. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit of an increase in open interest as these longs run for the hills. We bring in some shorts. It's quite possible. Here's the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, similar but different. So the NASDAQ high, 14,296, 14,296. We didn't quite get to the high of the area of balance we were discussing this morning, and we've really pulled off significantly off that, indicating a little bit of excess at the high there, thinking that this market got a little bit too long after our shorts got squeezed out. Sellers came in, at least the buyers backed off. It's going to be another interesting trading day. So our range for the NASDAQ was the low for the week, last week's low, I should say, 13,876. Our high right here on this day, 14,296. We couldn't get there. Couldn't get there. What doesn't happen and what does happen is equally as important. We took it out in the S&Ps. We were unable to take it out in the NASDAQ. Here's the 30-minute. Okay, P shape, attempt to get up there, couldn't quite do it, and a pretty stiff rejection off those highs. We may see some loss in open interest, which makes this whole push to the upside hollow. One of the things that I don't know if we mentioned this morning, but we probably should have, was when we were looking at the S&Ps, looking at the TPO charts, yesterday, it's not really showing here. We had a poor high yesterday. I don't know why this is not showing that. Let me take a look here. That's why. I've got this going all the way till 4 o'clock, but there was a poor high yesterday, and there was also a poor high in the overnight session. So the overnight session last night right here, this was a poor high. So we had a poor high yesterday and a poor high in the overnight. Unfinished upside auctions. What's a poor high? There's no evidence of excess. You can see right here on these two bars, they're within a tick of each other. You can see right here on these two bars, they're within a tick of each other. There's no excess. We put in excess at the high today. No excess yesterday or in the overnight indicates unfinished upside auctions. We may have been able to some degree, expect a push to the upside today by paying attention to that. Gold. Well, we were talking about it this morning. You know, we had a push up to weekly kickoff high rejected. The market is attempting to go higher. How good of a job is it doing? It was not doing a very good job of continuing to the upside. Even though yesterday we had an increase in open interest of approximately 4,300, those may have been shorts coming in, not new longs. Volume wasn't great yesterday. Much better volume today. The market did not close below weekly kickoff low in the regular trading hours. It looks like it did on this, but let's take a look on the 30-minute chart. So the close for crude oil, for gold, is actually 12:30 Central. So our settlement price is likely to be right up around here, around 1949 quarter, right around 1959, not 49, not 1949, 1959. So approximately where settlement is. So we did not settle the regular trading hour session. We did, however, trade to and check this naked point of control. We tested 2 weekly kickoff low. We came off it. We went back down through it after the regular trading hour session. Does that matter? Well, it does if we don't close this single line of TPOs right on the weekly kickoff level. That's more important to me. And no gap close. What did we do? This is going to be an island top. We gapped to Monday. Whoops, excuse me. I'm going to have to close this one out here. Hang on a second. So we gapped to Friday. We gapped to Monday. We gapped away from Monday and leaving an island top right up against an important inflection level of weekly kickoff high. Now we're looking at weekly kickoff low. If we accept down below this, there's considerable possible downside risk to this. This is going to be our island top. Euro, kind of a quiet day today, just kind of simmering here, looking for new information. Yesterday, an inside extended trading hour range, inside value even. Today, an even smaller range, largely inside value, inside regular trading hour range. Weekly kickoff low, just down below it. We didn't get to my dream location here today in the euro. I'll look for opportunities later on in the week if that is the case. And let's look at the 10-year. So finally, we have some interplay with weekly kickoff low. How did this happen, and when did it close down there? Did not close the regular trading hour session below that level. The regular trading hour session is probably going to be settling relatively close to 119.03 and a half, 119.04. It's probably going to be settlement. We did not settle below it. No real true sign of acceptance, though we know rates are going to be going higher. It's just a matter of time until we break out and find some momentum down below that level. And if I shouldn't have said that, because market likes to make a liar out of me. Here's the net gas. Really decent pullback, bearish engulfing pattern. 736 is weekly kickoff high. We accepted above it. We rejected now. We've closed back down below it. And one more important feature of the profiles of the market today, we have an island top. The market came up to this level, gapped higher, gapped lower, didn't close this gap. We settled back down below an important inflection level. Is this telling us that this market is in a reversal? It is, until we can close this gap. We've got a big barrier between where we are and that weekly kickoff level. We've settled back down below it. What is support may become resistance. It's going to be another interesting trading day tomorrow. And they're always interesting. Trading days, always interesting. Just a matter of how interesting. I think tomorrow there's going to be some pretty decent opportunities. It's Wednesday, teeth of the week. We have more in economic data coming out tomorrow, existing home sales, EIA petroleum status report, and there's 3 talking feds that I can see on my schedule here, looking for opportunities to talk. After next week, after tomorrow, Powell speaks 2 times on Thursday, but tomorrow the Fed's beige book comes out. What's that mean? 2 weeks to the FOMC meeting to when they raise rates. 2 weeks. Beige book tomorrow, 2 weeks to the FOMC meeting. There's going to be a moratorium for talking Feds after tomorrow, except for the Fed chair. No moratorium on him. He'll be talking on Thursday. Yep. Jay Powell. I like that. I like that. So I was looking at the history and what happened today. It's a lot of war stuff, but important. April 19th, 1775 was the beginning of the American Revolution. It started at the Battle of Lexington. In 1861, there were the first fatalities or injuries of the Civil War occurred on April 19th. 1995, the Oklahoma City bombing happened. I try and keep these things positive, but there's very little positive that happens apparently on this day. Yeah, we're going to move on from that. As far as this day in music, not a whole lot either here. 1965, the Beatles' single "Ticket to Ride" was released on Capitol Records in the U.S. Alan Price, the keyboardist for the Animals, who had their number one "House of the Rising Sun." Today's his birthday. He also scored as a solo artist in 1967 with the number 4 single "Simon Smith and His Amazing Dancing Bear." JD, there you are. There's the dancing bear. In 1969, Smile appeared at the Revolution Club in London, England, later to be named Queen. 1969, Glenn Campbell was number 1 on the Billboard Country Singles chart with the Jimmy Webb song Galveston. I'm a big Glenn Campbell fan. I never thought I would be, but I am. 1974, Bruce Springsteen and the East Street Band appeared at the State Theater in New Brunswick, New Jersey. The gig was under-advertised by its promoter, who gambled that word of mouth would be enough to fill the 550-seat venue, but only 250 people attended. The ticket cost $4.50 or $5.50 in advance. I guess it depends on where you were sitting. 1980, Blondie went number 1 on the singles chart with "Call Me." If you don't remember that one, you're too young. 1980, this is the day when a 32-year-old English singer, Brian Johnson, joined the Australian group AC/DC, replacing Bon Scott, who had died in February of 1980. Bon Scott. 1986, Prince started a 2-week run on the number 1 U.S. singles chart with "Kiss." He also had the number 2 song "Manic Monday" that was performed by the Bangles. "Manic Monday" was written by Prince. I did not know that. Fascinating, right? In 2012, Leonard Cohen's former manager was jailed for 18 months for harassing this singer-songwriter. Leonard Cohen, if you didn't know, wrote "Hallelujah." Powell. I like that too, Vince. I like that too. All right. Lots of stock shorts, but now That makes the market weaker below. Earning season. Oh, so enjoyable. Crude's confused. Intraday government intervention. Vince, you've always got that conspiracy theory, and I'm not saying you're wrong. All right, so tomorrow, again, the 20th of April, 4/20. 4/20, April 20th, 4/20. Why does that sound familiar? I don't know, something with these kids these days. All right. Tomorrow again, existing home sales at 9 o'clock. Petroleum status report 9:30 Central Time. Be ready. Other than that, let's have a good night, relax, get some good rest, be ready for tomorrow. Continue to be kind to yourself and others. Continue to pray for peace. I will see you tomorrow morning on the market forecast, 7:45. Blessings to you all, and I look forward to seeing you then.